Welcome to the first Building in Public episode.
If you are new to this channel, my name is Gleb and I'm an entrepreneur living in Bali.
In the last month, I've been working on my new app idea, and as it often happens with new projects, I had to start over already 3 times.
And today I will share with you which mistakes I've done, what I've learned and where I'm going next. And with more than 10 years of experience in product management, I can design, I can code, and I can also lead a team. That's why I already tried many different projects.
First, I built a career in corporate, but I didn't really feel fulfilled there.
Then I started my own product agency, which completely burned me out.
I delivered a few software projects myself, where I took way too much on my shoulders.
And I didn't really care about the client, and I didn't really care about the users. I was looking for quick wins and low-hanging fruits.
But I believe that you can only achieve success if you love what you do.
That's why I'm taking this risk and saying no to many things which sound like a great opportunity, to follow my curiosity and build a product which only I can build. I've been constantly asking myself, what feels natural? What I can do better than others? And what would I do even for free? And the answer is, it's going to be a blend of my expertise, which is product and AI, with my passions, which is fitness and lifestyle. This idea became my obsession, and as a seasoned product manager, I started with discovery. First, I made a market research by giving all the existing LLMs the same task, to identify opportunities and customer pain points. I did it with Manus, with Deep Research, with Perplexity, and with DeepSeek and with Claude. At the same time, as a big fan of the MUM's test book, I interviewed my potential users and asked them which pains they're experiencing in the fitness and lifestyle domain. The idea here is not to find the solution, the idea here is to identify the problem. I started to see the patterns, and I had a strong vision of what other fitness apps are doing wrong and what could be my major opportunity.
Modern fitness apps require too much input for people, and it also feels a little bit scary. So the idea is to build an app which feels like a supportive friend, which keeps people motivated, which simplifies logistics, address their whole well-being, and it just works. It looks familiar, it looks simple, very light and emotional.
My next big milestone was to build a prototype and give it to real people, to validate my main hypothesis. I identified that most of the users are struggling with staying consistent, not because they're lacking data, but because the apps are too complicated and because apps don't feel like they understood the users. That's why my main hypothesis was to build something like Duolingo for fitness. Something very engaging, something very personal, and empowered with AI. So just in 1 week, I built a prototype using Next.js, Supabase, and OpenAI API to have something tangible, to have something working which I can actually show to real users. I was running the interviews and recording everything which I found insightful and everything which can help me to improve the app. And meanwhile, I was pitching one investor here in Bali, and I also applied for StartUp Accelerator in Singapore. Alright, so after many hours of preparation, I have a pitch deck, I have a pitch video, I have a product demo, and I prepared the draft for all the application form answers. It's Friday, 20th of June, like 2:30 p.m. I'm applying now. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. And it's done. And as excited as I was, I get rejected from both of them, and I realize that that's not how things are done in 2025. Here's the truth. In 2025, the game has changed. For decades in software development, the engineering part was the most expensive one. Companies were fighting for the best engineers in the world, which also means that it was the biggest bottleneck in business. That's why product management job was so valuable, to identify the minimal effort to give the maximum output and the maximum business value. As a product manager, my job was to predict what will bring us to success. But with vibe coding, everything has changed. It feels like a gold rush. When everyone can code, entire industries disappear in front of our eyes. People who never coded before make millions overnight, showing a promising example to millions of others. But when the most sacred resource is not a leverage anymore, your app is not that special either. Vibe coding new apps, it's like building sandcastles. They look amazing, but a new wave can easily destroy them. And I'm guilty, I've been chasing this gold rush. A few months ago, I launched Ads Rapido, which I built from scratch, fully on my own. and I've built a lot of similar projects to my clients. I've done all this work to realize that it's not about the product anymore. What's it about then? I believe it's all about people. Let's talk about ideas. With AI, we have an amazing research tool which can analyze Reddit, Facebook comments, Instagram posts. It can scrape the whole internet to give you the opinion of the masses. On the other hand, it gets so much input from all the people in the world, which makes it an amazing tool to understand how people think. But the truth is that great ideas are always controversial. They don't come from opinion of masses. They cannot come from a source which is too agreeable, which was designed to satisfy billions of people. Same goes for strategy, for design, for branding. That's why I believe that people and great ideas is the most important resource for the startups to succeed. But as a new project, how to get there, how to attract the brightest minds in the world. And that's the major shift in product development. Distribution first, product second. The traditional startup playbook is dead, and there is the new way emerging, and I can see examples popping up every single day. Something which I've been doing for a decade is first you build a product, you test it with a small amount of users, you slowly iterate and add more features, and then you grow and scale. But I think it doesn't work, it's too slow. It's not bold enough. Competition is way harder. The iteration speed is way faster. That's why smart founders do it the other way around. First, they build distribution to raise money, to attract the best talent who will build you the best product. Look at Cluely, Brian Johnson Blueprint, Cursor, Superpower. They nail the story and the hype first, and then they build the product. Distribution unlocks capital, capital unlocks talent, and talent unlocks product. I think AI has killed lifestyle businesses. You cannot be a small agency or you cannot be a small product anymore because everyone can copy you. While you are building it, somebody is doing it faster. And that's why after investing so much time into defining the strategy, doing the research, making the vision and also building the working prototype, I'm making major step back and start over. Instead of planning small features one by one, I'll focus on building a strong vision and on growing interest around the product. Instead of focus on the product, I focus on the brand, on the story. What's the vision and mission, and how I want people to feel about this product, how I want to myself experience this product, and what exactly I need to do to make it the last fitness app you ever have to install. And at the same time, I'm reconnecting with something which truly excites me, owning the vision, creating the content, and eventually managing the business. Everything in order to assemble the world-class team to build the world-class product together.
And if you want to follow me on this journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment and let me know what you would like to learn more about. My first milestone is to collect 10,000 sign-ups for my waiting list. And if you want to be one of them, join the movement and click the link in the description. I'm both excited and horrified by this idea. But with my experience and initial validation, I think I can actually make it work.
So let's go back to work, and I see you in the new Building in Public episode.